Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, today we are doing a little bit different content than we normally usually do. I don't really even have a set content, so technically this is the normal. But today, as you can see, we are playing Pokemon Sword and Shield with my cute little character in the center right there. And we are going to be searching to play online battles in competitive battling online. So I'm not playing any ranked battles, it's just a very simple normal battle structure, and I just wanted to make this video to showcase a very special team that I found online that I don't think many people are using and taking advantage of. So I just thought that would be a very interesting thing. So I'm playing doubles right now, and as you can see on the screen right now, that's my competitive team. It may look a little bit weird, but yeah, that's the team I use, and I think that's a really fun team. The team is based around the idea of electric terrain and using rain to cover up electricity's weakness, that being ground mostly. So we have that, and one of the most, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this video is due to the new move that was released like a month ago, which is called Rising Voltage. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, I have Zeraora, Pincurchin, Driftblim, Toxtricity, Pelipper, and Ludicolo. Now, I'm gonna, confess and admit this wasn't my my own plan completely by myself. I did see a very popular Pokatuber called Weedle Twin Needle, and he used a variation of this team that I really liked and I really enjoyed. So I'm gonna use my own, version of it, equipping my own moves for the most part, and great inspiration from him. I think he does really good content. So yeah, so we're gonna be playing against this person called Danny Nicole, and looking at their team, they have a pretty solid team. As you can see, the diversity of Pokemon between our teams are quite different, and yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Essentially, this is how most of my battles go with this team, because nobody really plays this team, at least in non-competitive, non-ranked doubled battles. So if I'm just playing against some normal people, they're usually kind of surprised. Some people actually do know what to do, more or less, but other people are really surprised. So the entire idea is to bring Zeraora out with Pincurchin, and or at least the original idea in Weedle Twin Needle's video was to use Zeraora's Plasma Fists with Pincurchin's Self-Destruct, which will turn electric and kill both of the enemy Pokemon, as well as heal Zeraora, and that was the entire gimmick behind the entire team. For me, I have more or less a variation. I have actually 2 copies of Pincurchin and 2 copies of Zeraora, one being the shiny Zeraora being gifted out, and one, the Zeraora I have right now, is something I got back in Sun and Moon. So yeah, as you can see, the enemy actually makes a really good play and predicts my electric attacks, and me being kind of dumb, I forgot that he had that entirely. I actually forgot that entirely. I forgot that he had a Rhyperior. So he makes a really good play first turn. He predicts, I guess, that I'm going to be using electric attacks. I didn't go for the fake out because I knew he was probably going to Dynamax, and I wanted to use an electric attack to get Cloyster out of the way. However, as you can see, that didn't work, and all we did was boost up Rhyperior's special attack by 2 stages, which isn't the best. However, luckily for me, Zeraora is actually a mildly bulky Pokemon, and so he's able to live that pretty well. The unfortunate thing about this is that by using Max Mindstorm, he actually gets rid of the electric terrain from Pincurchin. So I gave Pincurchin Terrain Extender. So that really sucks. However, we can always switch Pincurchin out. So this turn I wanted to at least let's see, I was thinking of whether or not I should go for close combat or protect. I think I opted to go for protect in the end, just to try to stall out one more turn of his Gigantamax in case he wanted to do that, and I wanted to get Rhyperior out of the game. So that's what I did, and yeah, luckily for me, it kind of paid off essentially. So he's going to use Max Mindstorm again. I personally don't think my opponent's the brightest, because he probably, if I were him, I probably would have used Max Knuckle right there to get an attack boost. His Rhyperior goes for Stealth Rock, which is, it's good. Even in doubles, it has more utility in singles as you're switching out more often. But okay, luckily for me, my Hydro Pump lands. It brings Rhyperior all the way down to 1 HP, and he has Focus Sash instead of Sturdy because he has Lightning Rod. So that's good. That's good for me. And now this turn, I figured I would still be faster than everyone else. As you guys know, Zeraora is a very fast Pokemon. I think he probably even beats or maybe even ties with Dragapult. So I decided to end off Rhyperior, and then I figured once Rhyperior is gone, I could more or less go for my strongest move on Pincurchin on Urshifu, which was Discharge, because electric terrain's gone, therefore Rising Voltage actually does less than Discharge. And I figured if he somehow blundered and he didn't kill my Zeraora, I would heal my Zeraora anyways. So I get rid of his Rhyperior, thank god he doesn't switch or anything, which is very good for me. Zeraora's kind of useless now, and you know, his defenses are down, his HP is like super low. He's done his job though. He's definitely done his job. Stalled out Dynamax turns, and he got rid of a Pokemon, so that's fine. So my opponent seems to have heeded my call from before. He finally goes for Max Knuckle. He should have done that the turn before to get a second attack boost, but that's fine. I get off a Discharge, and I do not think it paralyzes. Yeah, I don't think it paralyzes. So this turn, I actually go for a very good sneaky switch-in strategy. I go for a Ludicolo to swap in real quick. And Ludicolo doesn't have the highest speed, however, combined with its ability Swift Swim in the rain, it does. So this turn, not only will I be able to go first with Ludicolo, I'm actually going to switch out my Pincurchin to go into my Pelipper. So that's going to get up the rain on the very start of the turn, boosting my Ludicolo speed stat so it outspeeds everyone else. And when I do that, I actually also get the added benefit of getting Pincurchin's electric terrain back in. So that's really good. Yeah, so Ludicolo and Pelipper on this team are essentially here to balance the electric side of the team. This team's essentially electric terrain plus Swift Swim, Ludicolo, and Pelipper. That's literally it. But I find it really fun to use a lot of the time, because not many other people I see ever use anything remotely similar to this. I mean, there's Swift Swim teams essentially, but yeah, not many people utilize this variant. So I got my little shiny Pelipper. I bred that. It was very fun. All the shiny Pokemon you see in my videos are going to be legit. They're all going to be either bred by me or caught in Max Battle shiny raids. So as you can see, my Ludicolo goes first before anyone else. He actually hits, and man, he actually takes out both the opposing Pokemon. That wasn't even a crit on Urshifu, so I was actually really happy about that. Ludicolo has a Life Orb on him, so maybe that attributed to some damage. You got Muddy Water, Stab, Water type. Spread move in the rain, so that's really good. No one ever expects, I guess, you to bring Pelipper out to give Ludicolo such a surprise burst of speed, so that's why I use it on this team. It's actually really fun. So now he brings out Cinderace, and I'm thinking, oh, he already used his Dynamax for this game, so he can't possibly Dynamax again and go for Max Airstream, so that's good. So I go for Muddy Water again, predicting that I'm going to outspeed him, and I probably should have went for Tailwind this turn, just cause it's always good to have a Tailwind up. However, I figured that his Dynamax is down, I'm up 2 Pokemon, I figured that my opponent wasn't the best. He only called that one move rather than anything else. As predicted, my Ludicolo goes first, and I'm able to knock out his Cinderace. Luckily for me, it didn't miss, which is really good. That's one of the only drawbacks of running Muddy Water over Surf. You get the minus accuracy potential, but you also get the chance to miss, so that really sucks. That really sucks sometimes. Let's see what else. So now we got Pelipper with the Hurricane coming in, and Gyarados hits Ludicolo with Hurricane, and my Ludicolo, what a champ, he lives on like freaking 3 or 2 HP, and he gets confused, but then my Pelipper hits him right back with his own Hurricane, a taste of his own medicine, and now the Gyarados is confused, so that's really good. Now he sends out his Cloyster, which was the thing that caused me to falter on my very first turn, and I go for a very cheeky play here. I wanted my Ludicolo to outspeed everything and get the Giga Drain on Cloyster, and potentially win back all that HP while getting rid of Cloyster. And I also go for finishing move on Gyarados, just for finishing sake. But however, what I didn't know, and which was a very funny moment in this battle, his Cloyster carries Quick Claw. What kind of a Cloyster carries Quick Claw? He freaking carries Quick Claw, and he goes first. Now, luckily for me, he actually missed Blizzard on my Ludicolo, and I was like, oh, please Ludi, please clutch it out, and he freaking hits himself in confusion, so I was really sad about that. I could have made this first battle such a clutch moment, but fortunately for me, my Pelipper still outspeeds the Gyarados, and I Hurricane to finish him off. So yeah, so that that was a thing. I really wanted my Ludicolo to win that. However, that's fine. Now we go back into Pincurchin. As you can see, I haven't even used my Dynamax this battle, so you can see it's a very, very simple battle. I set back up my electric terrain, I believe. Yeah, I set back up my electric terrain. So, and I figured, okay, well, even if that Cloyster, goes first and activates its Quick Claw again, it's probably going to target my Pelipper. I'll use Rising Voltage, kill it for sure. I'll protect with Pelipper. I was going to go for Hurricane, but then I chose Protecting. Yeah, I didn't even need to use Dynamax. So as predicted, Scummy Luck, it actually goes first again with the Quick Claw. I get off the Protect with Pelipper, and I'm able to protect it. It uses Blizzard, and it hits my Pincurchin, so I was actually kind of worried that it was going to get like the most freeziest of hacks and hacks my entire team just with freeze hacks after freeze hacks, but fortunately for me, that doesn't happen, and my Pincurchin is able to take him down and finish him off. So that's really, really good. And yeah, I think more or less that is the very first game. So there you go. That's game number 1. And we beat him with 4 Pokemon to spare. No worries at all. And yeah, so that's really, really good. So now we end the battle, and I guess I should explain the roles of all the Pokemon on my team. So we have Zeraora. So I have 2 variants of Zeraora on my team. I have a physical Jolly Nature one, which is the one that you saw me run. It has Thunder, Plasma Fist, Fake Out, Protect, and Close Combat. Close Combat being for rock types and for, more coverage. Plasma Fist being for the physical, being able to be paired up with the physical variant of Pincurchin. As you can see in this game, I was using the special variant of Pincurchin, so I was mixing up a little bit. But I have that Zeraora. I have the Pincurchin I'm running. I have 2 Pincurchins. They both run the same item, Terrain Extender. One is a special one, and one is a physical one. So the physical one is the one that Weedle Twin Needle used in his video. I'll link that video down below. But I opted to use the special one mainly because I saw that Pincurchin has a decent, plus over 100 base special attack stat. And he also gets Rising Voltage, which is the most broken of moves in Electric Tornado. It just hits everyone, and it hits so dang hard. You wouldn't expect that little spiky ball to hit you so hard. But yeah, I was running the physical variant a while back, and I was using Zing Zap, and it was good, but it missed a couple kills here and there that special Pincurchin just picks up no problem. The one good thing about you want to pair up physical Zeraora with physical Pincurchin because self-destruct is a physical move, and if you use Plasma Fists, you're going to be able to change self-destruct to electric type. So Pincurchin gets electric type, self-destruct, stab, electric terrain, hit the enemy opposing Pokemon while also healing Zeraora because Zeraora has Volt Absorb. Now, what Drifblim does in this team, Drifblim and Toxtricity are essentially my second line attackers. They're pretty good on the back rank. So Drifblim, I gave it Electric Seed. I'm Burden, so as you guys already know, Drifblim, once it gets Electric Seed in Electric Terrain, its defense goes up 1, and it doubles its speed thanks to Unburden. So that's really, really good. I was able to avoid a Poltergeist, also one of the newly introduced tutor moves one time, so I thought that was really funny. My opponents, they don't pay attention. And also I gave Zeraora an air balloon to dodge earthquakes and earth powers on the first turn, so that's also really, really helpful. A lot of my opponents, sometimes they fail to look at the screen or something and they miss it, so they miss the fact that I have the air balloon, so they just immediately go for an earth move, and I get a free turn, so that's also really fun. So Drifblim has Strength Sap, Thunder, Thunder Wave, and Hex. So my Drifblim is a speedy status spreader with Thunder Wave. I pray that it hits most of the time, and then once it does that, it gets that even extra speed down, speed reduction on the opponent's Pokemon. I actually get off a Hex, and I'm able to finish them off. Strength Sap is to either one, stall out Dynamax turns, or to regain HP. It's helped save me many a battle to keep Drifblim in the game. And Thunder is really, really good because of Electric Terrain, and also if I switch in Pelipper, it gets 100% accuracy, so that's really, really good in the rain. So that's why I put those moves on Drifblim. And my last Pokemon, Toxtricity, I literally bred a shiny one just yesterday. I was really, really happy. Technically today morning, but yeah, so on Toxtricity, the purpose of that is also to use Toxtricity with a physical variant of Zeraora, being that Zeraora would use Plasma Fists and Toxtricity would be able to use Boom Burst. So Boom Burst transforms obviously stab, 140 special attack on already a really good special attacker. Any electric terrain hits everyone, heals Zeraora. That's the entire point. I gave Toxtricity a throat spray, so it boosts its attack even more. And yeah, so that's the entire set essentially. I thought this was really fun. I do have a special variant of Zeraora that does not work with Plasma Fist. It actually gets I think it gets Volt Switch, Protect, Grass Knot, and Rising Voltage. Yeah, so that actually takes really good games and really good damage too with Pincurchin. All I have to do is be wary of I guess Pokemon with Lightning Rod or Ground type Pokemon switching in. So yeah, so in this game, let's get right into it. I fake out the Whimsicott predicting a, I don't know, scummy status move or Tailwind or something. I try to finish it off with Rising Voltage. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't work, but I'm able to, get it very low. I want to get it off next turn, and I want to get a Discharge off to heal my Zeraora and damage the opposing Pokemon in case they switch out or something. So he, as predicted, he goes for Tailwind, and that really sucks. I never really do too well against Tailwind, and I thought I was gonna die to this Earth Power, but Zeraora, man, freaking bulk, mythical Pokemon bulk, it lives that like a champ on 3 HP. Get the Plasma Fists off, finish off that Whimsicott. We don't have to worry about that no more. And then I'm able to heal my Zeraora just a little bit with Discharge while also damaging the opposing Venusaur. So that's really good. So yeah, that's why we run Discharge on this set, because we want to heal Zeraora instead of Self-Destruct. Also, the Self-Destruct physical Pincurchin set is a little bit more volatile because you have to give up your Pokemon, and if anything goes wrong, if your opponent is able to call that out for some reason or something, you're screwed. you essentially give up a Pokemon for literally nearly nothing if they're able to figure what you're gonna do. So I Protect here. I go for Protect to live out my Zeraora one more turn, predicting that he'll probably go for a Dynamax or something, and praying that he'll be able to live one more turn while stalling out a Dynamax turn. However, he actually doesn't Dynamax this turn. He actually goes straight for the Mach Punch. He wants to finish off my Zeraora right away with his Conkeldurr, and I'm able to protect that off. I got a lucky Paralysis on the Venusaur, so that's really good. Discharge, coming in clutch. And I Rising Voltage the Conkeldurr, and it freaking one-shots him. And I was really surprised until I saw it was a critical hit. I was like, damn, that hurts. Like, a critical hit with Zingzat probably wouldn't even have killed, but with Rising Voltage, man, stab, electric terrain, 140. Oh my lord, it just does so much damage. And this is like unboosted Pincurchin too. If you were to somehow boost it, it'd be so much better. So, we now go for Plasma Fist on the Charizard. I probably should have done something else. I predict him to go for Dynamax, so I wanted to double target into that. But yeah, I probably should have went for a switch or something to predict that his Charizard outspeeds my Zeraora in the Tailwind condition. However, yeah, I don't do too well in Tailwind conditions. I don't know why. My brain just does not comprehend that the enemy just is so much faster. I cannot comprehend that this is a 200 base speed Charizard right now. So I end up sacking my Zeraora. So that's unfortunate. I make kind of dumb plays in Pokemon sometimes, but whatever. It was worthwhile, I guess. He didn't like finish it off with like Earth Power and then with Venusaur and then go for my Pincurchin, which is fine. I get another lucky Paralysis off, which is really good, and then I'm able to get Rising Voltage, which takes out Charizard to half HP, and I get Solar Power off, so that's freaking great, right? And this point in the game, I thought I was being really sneaky. I thought, let me just go into Ludicolo, right? Let me just pull off that same little speed swap trick. My opponent will never see it coming, right? As they never do. However, again, like I said, my brain ooga booga sometimes, and I completely forgot that Tailwind, boosts Charizard speed to 200. So Ludicolo, I think, has like base 70 something speed, so it turns into 140, which is really good in Swift Swim. However, it does not work against Tailwind because Tailwind boosts faster Pokemon than Ludicolo originally was. So I end up actually sacking my Ludicolo this turn, which is really sad because I thought I had the, the one-up against my opponent, but really I was playing myself. So yeah, in Pokemon battles that happens sometimes, there's not really much you can do about that. Yeah, I set everything up too, everything was gorgeous and brilliantly set up, and he max air streams me. He just max airstreams me. I don't have a focus sash on Ludicolo or anything. I have a life orb on him, so that really sucks. I just sack off an entire, technically Pokemon and a half if you count Zeraora. And there he goes, my poor little Ludicolo. I'm gonna breed him a shiny version later. But yeah, to make my entire team match up. So anyways, in this turn, I think what do I go for? I think I go for Drifblim. Yeah, I switch in Drifblim, wanting to get off the Electric Seed speed boost as soon as I saw that their Tailwind petered out. So now my Drifblim should be the fastest thing on the field. You know, looking at this game in hindsight, I should have finished off that Venusaur a lot sooner. What I like to do, essentially, a lot of the times, is that I like to cripple one of their Pokemon on these enemies' side of the team, and you know, I just inflict it with paralysis, make it like a support Pokemon like Indeedee or Whimsicott or something like that, and essentially they can't really do much because they're not offensively focused, they're mostly support Pokemon focused, and they fail half the time with paralysis, right? So I do that, and I target a lot of my moves into the other Pokemon on the other slot, and it usually works out really fine. The support Pokemon is able to support for a little bit with paralysis and everything. It doesn't really do too much. So now I made a slight miscalculation here, and I forgot that he can just max flare into, you know, changing the weather again, and I go for a Thunder with Drifblim, but luckily for me it actually manages to hit in the freaking sun, and I think that was like a 50% chance of hitting, so it's like I hit a zap cannon right there, and I got so lucky. I was barely able to take that Charizard out. Yeah, and now I have no idea why this Venusaur is actually able to go for Sleep Powder. I thought Pokemon weren't able to be put asleep in electric terrain. He must have some sort of item on him that allows him to bypass that or something, but essentially he puts my Pelipper to sleep, and he becomes a kind of a nuisance for the entirety of the battle from now on. This turn I'm going to, as you can see, I'm going to try to Thunder Wave his Duraludon, and I'm going to try to, what am I going to do? Oh, alright, I'm going to probably, I was trying to see if I should, you know, switch anything in, and, you know, if I were to redo this battle, I probably would have switched Toxtricity in right here, but I don't, and I wanted to get Pelipper up and running again, so I go for Thunder Wave, and I go for a Protect right here to try to, you know, see if I can get that scummy one-turn Wake Up, right? And luck is not Pelipper's way, unfortunately. This Pelipper, I love it. It's like half gimmicky on this team, mainly because I run Focus Sash with it. You know, on if you run a Pelipper Water Flying type on an electric terrain team, people are obviously going to use Thunder and Thunderbolt to kill it super easily. So, you know, I run Focus Sash in order to avoid that, and to make sure, run that with Protect to make sure that I at least get 2 turns of Pelipper staying in. So as you can see right there, I get 1 turn, and if not for that handy dandy Focus Sash, it would have died right there. But unfortunately for me, Pelipper on this team doesn't get a lot of luck a lot of the times. It actually gets out cheesed and out lucked a lot of the times, mainly because Pokemon will be carrying like Stealth Rocks or something, and it'll, you know, just break it, or they'll hit my Pelipper with like a priority move and they'll break it, and, you know, Focus Sash is just so whimsical. But he hits me with the Sludge Bomb. I'm not unable to do anything about that. I probably should have double protected to see if I could have gotten that off. He gets paralyzed, and I think my Drifblim, what is it? Does my Drifblim wake up this turn? Does my Drifblim wake up this turn? No, I don't think he does. Yeah, I think he fell asleep. So I bring back in my Pincurchin because I wanted to Rising Voltage, and I wanted to kill his remaining Pokemon. And I love seeing those sparkles every time. This is my little special Pincurchin. I love the fact that he's based off of, you know, sea urchins, a Pincushion sea urchin, Pincurchin, sea urchin. Yeah, it's very cute. So again, I go for Hex onto the Duraludon, and I go for, I think, a Rising Voltage over here onto the Venusaur. I probably should have double targeted into Duraludon in case that the Hex wouldn't have even hit or something, but luckily for me, Drifblim woke up. He used Hex, and fortunately for me, it actually killed Duraludon, so I didn't even expect that to kill. I underestimate stab Hex on Drifblim a lot of the time. I'm running a modest Drifblim, by the way, with max HP, max special attack investment, so Yeah, so he goes for Earth Power, unable to do much. As you can see in this game, I haven't even Dynamaxed yet. I actually didn't Dynamax in both of these games, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't feel like I needed to. Also, I'm like a late Dynamaxer, so I'm not like one of those early Dynamaxers that tries to get the momentum advantage, which I probably should change. It sometimes works out in my favor, but a lot of times it doesn't. So now I'm able to outspeed the Venusaur. I was thinking, okay, I'll probably get rid of the Venusaur first, Hex him, get him out of here, and then I'll probably go for a Protect right here. I was thinking of going for a Rising Voltage, but I'm like, okay, maybe in case the Venusaur somehow lives and double targets or something, he's probably going to go for my Pincurchin. So I'm going to go for the Protect here, and as predicted, my Drifblim outspeeds everything thanks to Unburden. He kills the Venusaur with Hex, which is very, very good. Florizzare, probably like an Italian Venusaur nickname or something. And Togekiss actually goes for Heat Wave, so he wanted to get both of this off while I think his sun was still on. So now the harsh sunlight fades and I'm like essentially set to go, and yeah, that's game. He has 1 Pokemon left, I have 3 and Dynamax. So yeah, I wanted to paralyze him and to go for Rising Voltage just to avoid any sort of potential, you know, scumminess that I could have missed or something. And yeah, he cancels the game, and yeah, that's essentially it. That'll be it for this video. I just wanted to show off that team. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see Toxtricity too much, but I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that, and I hope to see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.